Hello everyone. For today's tutorial I will be demonstrating the gradient fill tool, and you can find that tool over on the left hand side in the toolbox right underneath the eraser, and right now it is the paint bucket tool, but if I left click on there and hold, it's going to open up a drop down menu, and the top one is gradient tool, and so now I can click on that. And so I'm going to be using the gradient fill to fill in my background or my canvas, my transparent background. If you look up at the top, this is the gradient that is going to be used. And what a gradient does is it takes a number of different colors and it blends them together, and it creates a visually stunning background depending on what you want to do. And so right now this is going to go from white to black. So if I come over here, you can now see it is a little plus sign or a crosshair, and if I left click and hold and drag it from one corner to the next and let go, it's going to create a gradual slope from white to black, just like this gradient is from here, white to black. And if I want to change the direction of that, I can go from the bottom to the top, and now it'll go from white to black there, and I can go from side to side, and it'll go from white to black over there. And you can also make this change not so gradual. You can make it a very steep change. And if I do that, you can do that by just making this line shorter. So if I make a very short line here and I let go, the top is going to be a little bit white, and then the change from white to black is going to happen very quickly, and the whole bottom of the screen will be black, as you can see right there. If I do the same thing diagonally here, a little tiny line this way, the bottom right corner will be white, a really quick change through the grays, and then the whole top left of this image will be black. Now, I have some other options here. If I now choose, that is the linear gradient, I now have four other options. The second is the radial. This is going to make rings of colors. And so if I start in the center and I go outward, the center will be white and will gradually go outward in rings to a black. You can see that. If I make that line smaller, as demonstrated earlier, it's going to be a more sudden change from the white to the black. A little bit of white, a quick change through the grays, and then you have the blacks. That's the radial gradient. Angular gradient. Instead of making rings, it's going to go around 360 degrees as well, but this time it's going to use lines. So if I go from here to here, it's going to start here at white, come around 360 degrees, start fading into gray, and then go into black eventually. That is the, right here, this third one. Okay, that is our radial, or sorry, that's the angle gradient, I apologize. Reflected gradient is going to create a mirror image, and so if I come here and I drag here, what it's going to do is create white, and then gray, and then gray, and then black on both sides. If I do it horizontally, it'll do the same thing, except for the other way. It'll be white in the middle, gray, gray, and then black on both sides. And then the last one up here is the diamond gradient, and if I do that one and I grab, it's going to make a little diamond formation, and then start with white in the middle, go through the grays, and then get to black. And so then the larger I make that, obviously the more gradual it will be from going from white to black. And if you go all the way across the screen, you can see that. So that is how to use the gradient fill. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to email me or ask. Thank you.